The Broncos have been trying to get rid of Russell Wilson for a while now, probably because the once-star athlete hasn't been pulling in his weight recently. What stands in the way of them saying bye-bye to Russell is his contract, but they can work around that, especially since they can trade him off based on the existing terms. Russell's $49 million extension per year runs through the 2028 season because of his two pre-existing contract years. Actually, he's under a 7-year contract for a total of $296 million. The deal includes $165 million in guarantees, with an additional $124 million fully guaranteed at the signing.
Play action. Wilson looking for Sutton. Goes up and makes the play.
Yes, this makes it the second most lucrative deal in the NFL ever. For those $124 million fully guaranteed at signing, he'll receive a $50 million signing bonus, which is prorated based on the salary cap and is worth $10 million per year from 2022 to 2026. This deal comes with two options. The rarely used double option is one of the most complicated contract structures in the NFL. The first option guarantees his $28 million salary base for 2023 will drop to $8 million, and a $20 million payment will be paid to exercise a $45 million option for his 2027 contract year. This option can be exercised from the first day of the 2023 league year to the 5th day of the league year. The second option can be used between the 1st and 5th days of the 2024 league year, which would be mid-March.
Off play action, Wilson going deep downfield into a lot of traffic.
That means his salary base for 2024 will be reduced to a fully guaranteed $17 million if they pay the required $22 million for his 2028 contract year worth $50 million. The Broncos are in good salary cap shape for 2023. They already have $10.1 million of existing cap space for this year. Assuming the salary cap is set at around $225 million, the team should have around $12 million in cap space. But there's a catch, and it might delay the trade. Or even still, Wilson might still play for the Broncos in 2023. It's nearly impossible to conventionally get rid of Wilson in 2023. In order to release him before exercising his 2027 contract option, the franchise needs to have a $107 million cap charge for a player who's no longer on the roster. The Falcons had the largest individual dead money charge of over $40.5 million for trading quarterback Matt Ryan in March 2022. And in the 2023 league year, $107 million would be more than 2.5 times Ryan's previous high. Without exercising the option, Russell's fully guaranteed $28 million salary base for this year would be entirely on Denver's books. Besides this, there'd be no proration option for the $20 million bonus that wouldn't be paid. So the dead money would include his fully guaranteed salary base for 2023, $40 million of the signing bonus relating to his 2023 through 2026 contract years, and the $39 million base salary guarantee for the upcoming year.
Wilson has time. Looking deep. Has a man wide open. It's Sutton.
Well, the second option bonus worth $22 million in 2024 wouldn't be applicable either. That's because when a player gets released from a contract, their salary guarantees for future contract years are accelerated into the current year. What's more, Russell's guarantees have offsets. That means Denver would benefit from the new contract he signed with another team for next season in terms of 2023 cap relief. After looking at his disappointing performance this season, it seems unlikely that he'll land another lucrative deal elsewhere. Okay, so 2023 is off the table, but if you want Russell just as much as I do, then you might be excited to find out Russell will definitely be out by 2024. That is, if the Broncos still want him gone by then. Look, everything depends on his performance during the 2023 season. If he doesn't bounce back, Denver would certainly consider releasing him off the contract. Doing it conventionally would be the least cap-effective method for them. If the franchise releases him before exercising his 2028 contract option, it's likely that they'd incur $85 million in dead money in 2024. There's another factor that could influence the timing of his release. His base salary of $37 million for 2025 was guaranteed for injury at the time of signing, and that $37 million is going to turn fully guaranteed on the 5th day of the 2024 league year. But there's no way Denver's going to commit another $37 million in his salary and dead money if they parted ways with him in 2024, regardless of the method chosen. The $85 million would include a $30 million signing bonus deducted from 2024 through 2026, $16 million option bonus prorated from the 2024 through 2027 contract year, and his fully guaranteed $39 million base salary.
Fake it to Williams. Wilson flips it, and what a catch!
As for 2025, there's no doubt that he'd be off the Broncos' books. Hey, I'd love to hate Russell just as much as the next guy, but while everyone wants him gone, has anyone ever considered who might replace him? Can he be replaced? Denver doesn't have any good options to get rid of Wilson. It would have been ideal if they had thoroughly analyzed the situation before giving an extension to his contract. In this way, they'd have the opportunity to pick up $27 million in cap space for this year by pulling away during the offseason. Besides this, we think that Russell would have gotten a second season with the team anyway due to his high acquisition cost. It seems likely that the Broncos will let his $37 million 2025 base salary guarantee vest and stick with him at least till 2024, if he returns to his Pro Bowl form this season. Otherwise, there's a high possibility that the franchise will release him before the 5th day of the 2024 league year to avoid being on the hook for $37 million if the second option gets exercised and a post-June 1 designation is used. The Broncos wouldn't gain or lose any cap space in 2024 due to Wilson's departure, but would get a $49.6 million cap charge in 2025 relating to him. The Wilson trade didn't work out for Denver. Then why did they go out of their way for him in the first place? Believe it or not, he was actually pretty good once. Yep, guess you could say this is Wilson's worst season yet. The Broncos acquired Russell Wilson back in March 2022, and it has proved to be a disastrous decision for them so far.
And they got him on that play. Wilson unloads, passes.
He just had the worst season of his 11-year NFL career. What's worse, the team didn't even wait to give him a 5-year contract extension worth $245 million. Unfortunately, it came back to bite them. This absolute monster of a contract has tied him to the franchise through 2028, and now they wish that it had never happened. In his 14 games with Denver, his performance has been completely awful. In fact, his quarterback currently stands at 27th rank among the 31 NFL quarterbacks. After all, he and the whole of Denver's offense has been terrible to say the least. Not to mention, things aren't looking good for the Broncos as Wilson has totally lost his charm. His performance has been horrible so far, his decision-making has been awful, and he's not moving as well. It appears that he's lost his charm. As far as his contract goes, the franchise is screwed. If they release him after this season, they take a $107 million dead cap hit after the 2023 season. That amount is going to be $85 million, and following the 2024 season, that'd be $49.6 million. There's an option to opt out of the deal before the 2026 season, but the Broncos would have still had to pay a $31.2 million dead cap hit to get rid of him. As if the stats aren't bad already, it looks like this might be one of the worst trades in NFL history. Unless something miraculous happens, Russell's trade is easily the worst one since October 12, 1989. That's the infamous trade date for Herschel Walker. The Minnesota Vikings acquired him and saw the worst 3 seasons in their history. It literally set them back several years, and they haven't been able to reach a Super Bowl ever since. It seems the Broncos are heading toward a similar situation. That was all you needed to know about Wilson's contract and when Denver could get rid of him. See you in the next video.